So this is the second part of the Indian history. Now, the first part we have discussed this one, that is what is the religion of the Indus Valley civilization. So in the Indus Valley civilization, people uh, you people did not worship their gods in their um, uh, temples. In fact, no temple has been constructed. An idea that means an idea that there is a founded form, the statue and the figurines found. Now, two chief deity was there. One is a male deity, and it is known as male deity, and this was known as Pashupati Mahadeva, and which was known as Proto Shiva, and the female deity is known as Mother Goddess. Now, chief male deity Pashupati Mahadeva, this is the lord of the animal, or we can also say Proto Shiva. Then, and he was around in he was that means in seals, and he was sitting in a yogic posture, and he was surrounded by four animals, and the eleven are elephant, buffalo, buffalo, tiger, and rhino. These are the four animals. He was surrounded by these four animals, and two deer appear at his feet. Now the second part, that is another second part. Now the lingam worship was done. Phallic or lingam worship was done. Shiva Shakti worship. It is the oldest form of the worship in India. Appear to have been part of religious belief or Harappa people. So Shiva Shakti worship was done, and it is the oldest form of worship in India. Now, one important thing is that in the script and language, the Harappan script is the oldest script in the Indian subcontinent, but the oldest deciphered script is Brahmi script, known from about the 5th century BC. That means the Harappan script was the oldest script in the Indian subcontinent. But if you take all over the world, the oldest deciphered script is Brahmi script, known from about 5th century BC. Now see, the script and the language script is pictographic script. That means the script was that means written in the symbolic form. 400 to 500 symbols are there, and language is known as the Bostrofedon. Bostrofedon means what? Generally we are writing from left to right. So, but in the Bostrofedon system, first line was from right to left, then left to right, then again right to left, then again left to right, alternate way. Now, the capital city of Indus Valley civilization, one is Harappa, one is Mohenjo-daro. Port city was a Lothal, Sukta Gedon, Aladino, Balakot, and Kuntani. And animals, the mentioned animals are sheep, goat, bull, buffalo, dog, tiger, cat, pig, deer, tortoise, elephant, camel, rhinoceros. But lion was not known in that time. Now, trade and commerce. So there was extensive regional and foreign trade was there. Foreign trade with Mesopotamia or Sumeria, this is modern Iraq, Bahrain, etc. flourished. Now they are exporting mainly in agricultural product, then cotton, goods, terracotta, figurines, pottery, ivory product, copper. Then in the Indus Valley civilization, iron was not known to the Indus Valley people. Use of gold and copper, bronze was there. Now, no evidence of coin was there. That's why barter is assumed to have been the normal method of exchange of goods. That means in that time there was no coins. That's why barter is the appropriate method to exchange of goods. What is the meaning of barter system? Barter system means people exchange service and goods for other service and goods in return. This is a barter system. Then people exchange goods in people exchange the service and goods for other service and goods. Then people exchange the goods for other goods in return. This is the barter system. Now, in the Indus Valley civilization, Lothal was the ancient part of the Indus civilization, and Indus civilization was primarily urban civilization. Okay, now administration, there is no clear-cut evidence of nature of the polity, and the ruling authority of Indus Valley civilization was class of the Martians. So Martian rule the Indus Valley civilization. Now region of decline. So region of decline is here the coming of the Aryan, then salinity increase of that means the salinity of the water increase, then earthquake, tsunami, then wild animal, epidemics, agricultural products scarcity. So these are various region of decline of Indus Valley civilization. Now come to the Vedic culture. Now the accepted time of the Vedic culture is 1500 BC to 600 1500 BC to 600 BC. Now Vedic culture is divided into two period. One is your early Vedic period, second is your later Vedic period. The accepted time of the early Vedic period is 1500 BC to 1000 BC, and the accepted time of the later Vedic period is 1000 BC to 600 BC. Now, origin of Aryan. How Aryan originated? Now, various, that means different person gave different opinion. Now Max Muller gave the opinion that the Aryan were coming from Central Asia, and this is the most accepted. This is the most accepted opinion that Aryan will come from Central Asia. Then some other person, some other than Doyan said that Aryan will come from Tibet. Then Sir William Jones gave the opinion that Aryans will come from Europe. Then Bal Gangadhar Tilak gave the opinion that Aryan were coming from North Pole. Then Avinash Chandra said that the Aryans were come from Saptasindhan region. This is the Indus region. Okay, Indus region, or that means India. Saptasindhan region means in the Saptasindh region. That means the Indus region. Aryan are coming from that portion. Now, some scholars believe that the Aryans were native to Indian soil, and some other scholars believe that the Aryans had migrated. Aryan were, and it is according to popular belief that Aryan were migrated from Central Asia to Indian subcontinent in several stages during 2000 BC to 1500 BC. Now, the script of the Vedic culture is the Vogazaki inscription. This is the script of the Vedic culture. Now, in the that means in the Vedic period, 4 gods are mentioned. The 4 gods are, first one is Indra, second one is Varun, third one is Mitra, and fourth one is the Nastias. So this is in the this is Indra, the chief god, then Varun, then Mitra, and then Nastya. So these are the 4 gods that are mentioned in the Vedic culture. Now the group that come to India first settle in the present front. That means in the Vedic period, the group that come to India first settle in the present frontier province and Punjab, then called Sapta Sindhu, that is region of the rivers. Sapta Sindhu is a region of the rivers. So the group that came to India, the group that came to India first settled in the The group that came to India first settled in the present frontier province and the Punjab. The group that came to India first settled in the present frontier province and the Punjab, then called Sapta Sindhu, and this is called Sapta Sindhu. That means the group that come to India, that means in the Vedic period, the group that come to India first settled in the present frontier province and the Punjab, then called Sapta Sindhu. That is the region of rivers. They lived there for many centuries and gradually pushed into the interior to settle in the valley of the Ganga and the Jamuna. That means that in the Vedic period, that means the Aryan, that means first settled in the present frontier province and the Punjab Sapta Sindhu. This is the region of the rivers. And after that, they lived here for many years. They lived here for many years, centuries, and gradually they settled in the valley of Ganga. Valleys of Ganga. They settled in the valleys of Ganga and the Jamuna. So that means Aryan first came from the accepted theory of the Aryan first came from the Central Asia. Then they come into India, first settle in the present frontier province and the Punjab. That is the Sapta Sindhu region of the river. Then they settle in the valleys of Ganga and the Jamuna. Okay. Now this is the second part. Now in the third part, we'll discuss the Vedic literature. Now the Vedas, there is to tell how many Vedas there are: Rig Ved, Sam Ved, Yajur Ved, Atharva Ved. So there are 4 Vedas there. So in the next part, we are going to discuss the Vedic literature, the Ved, Rig. We are going to discuss the Rig Ved, Sam Ved, Yajur Ved, Atharva Ved. These are okay. So thank you.